How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Kick Report. Today we're going to be taking a look at the KD17, and I know what you're probably saying is these came out over a year ago and why are we talking about them now? But when these shoes came out, they had no hype around them. I didn't hear anything about them. People were just like, oh, it's just another KD, and I really liked them, and I just think it's time to give the shoe the respect it deserves before you can't get them anymore. And with that being said, let's jump right into it. So as for the cushion, it's going to be featuring a full-length Strobel unit plus a Zoom Turbo unit underneath the forefoot, and this felt amazing. Now, the best way to describe a Strobel unit is tiny bubbles all throughout the shoe, all throughout the midsole of the shoe, almost like a full-length Zoom unit, plus the Zoom unit that was in the forefoot. So this felt, again, amazing, and it felt like I was kind of just hooping on clouds the entire time. I will say though, all this tech kind of caused for a lack of court feel. I have played in really low shoes before, and I've felt what it feels like to be low to the ground, and that feels great. And if you're looking for that, this isn't the shoe for you, unfortunately. But if you are looking for something with maybe a little bit more lockdown, and maybe you're tired of your feet hurting, these are the ones for you. As for the upper, it's going to be like an EVA type of material, and the inner lining of that broke in amazing. It felt very comfortable. It did take about 10 hoop sessions, which I'll say is the break-in period for the shoe, and over time it felt even better. And to this day, in this hoop session, it feels great. In addition to that, there's going to be no midfoot shank plate like we saw in the Sabrina 2s. That means that the shoe is just going to be a little bit more malleable. Take it or leave it. I don't know if that's a good thing for you or a bad thing. I personally liked it. It allowed the shoe to kind of move in different ways and didn't feel as stiff as some other shoes do. So I definitely did not mind it. As for the fit of the shoe, I recommend you go true to size, maybe half sizing up. I got these in a 14. Probably my true to size is probably a 14 and a half. They felt a little cramped when I first got them, but with the break-in, they felt slightly below perfect. And as you know, KDs are super narrow. So if you're a wide-footed hooper and you can only hoop in the bronze, stay far, far away. Don't even touch these with a pole. Now, I don't think these would be great for super shifty guards or super shifty players in general. They felt great for me, but I know that if you're looking for a shoe with a really great response in terms of the power you put down, this might not be it. I mean, it was great for me, but I understand if you're in that type of play style that it might not be great for you. So it's just something to look out for. Now let's talk about the traction. Point blank period, these were amazing. I have no complaints. Whether I was hooping on a dusty court, a really clean court, or a slightly in between court, these performed every time, a day in and day out. These were my go-to shoes when I knew I was going to be hooping on a dirty court, and or like if you're at a LA Fit or something like that, and these performed every single time. These almost have like the heat pattern that we saw on the Kobe's from way back when, and it works great. I know that they rolled the traction over into the KD18s, and I see why, because it performs. But let's take a moment to see what these really sound like. I mean, no glaze, but they passed the squeak test too. They're a good sounding shoe. I feel so strongly about the traction in this shoe that I would go as far as to even say that they would be recommendable for playing outdoors. If you wanted a nice high-end luxury quote-unquote type of shoe to hoop outside in, these are gonna be up there for contention. And after about a good 6 months of hooping in them consistently, I haven't noticed any flaking of rubber coming off the heat print traction. And just know that if you do that, you may run into that risk if you like step on a rock chip or something like that. Additionally, if you do hoop with them outside, be careful not to step on any needles or walk in dirt or anything like that, or you could kiss that Strobel unit and that Zoom unit goodbye. As for the integrity and durability of these, they really held up. Now there's some scratching here and there, but on the Air Max Plus upper, if we're gonna call it that, but it didn't compromise the shoe or any of that bad stuff. Also, the Zoom Strobel unit, that whole setup with the turbo unit as well, it's all intact. It felt even better than when I first broke them in, because I think I've had time to kind of have the shoe mold to my foot. So I really enjoyed that. Now, before you go out and buy these shoes, here's some things you should know. These are going to retail at $149, which is very expensive. It's one of Nike's more expensive shoes, but with the KD18s being out, these are down to around $60. Like here, I took these from DickSportingGoods.com. They're for decent colorways. I know one's $99, but for decent colorways, these are pretty cheap, especially for the quality shoe that you're getting. There's plenty colors to choose from too. There were just about every colorway they released was on there. For the shoe comparison, I know I give one of these out every time I do one of these reviews. I'm gonna go a little boring here. I would say it's the KD16. Now, I just feel like there's so little shoes with the Zoom Strobel unit, and that type of comfort is really hard to match. So I'm gonna take a cop out and I'm gonna go with the KD16 here. Now, with all that being said, I give these shoes an 8.9 out of 10. They are one of the most comfortable shoes I've hooped in all time. I can't give it that 9 out of 10 because I'm just saving it for that one shoe. I know it's coming, and I know I'm gonna regret it if I rate them too high. But these are a great shoe, especially for the price. And if you include the price in that rating, these might be like a 9.5 out of 10, just because of the quality that you're getting and for the price of it as well. Alright guys, well that will conclude today's video. Be sure to tune in next time where we review the KD12. As always, I appreciate you guys for all the support, and I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. This has been the Kick Report.